Hey, how's it going? My name is Rick Ramirez, also known as Rick's 2 Cents. This is my son.
Ricky.
Thank you for coming by, checking out my YouTube page, check my YouTube video. Ricky and I have a great unboxing video for you today. What we have here is an AtomStack Kraft. This is a dual laser, a 20 watt and a 1.2 watt laser. A 1.2 watt IR laser. And what's unique to this laser is not only a 20 watt laser, it's not only a 1.2 watt IR laser, but you can use the 20 watt laser and the 1.2 watt laser, IR laser at the same exact time. We do these videos, we call them spoiler alerts. When we know something's coming and we're excited about it and we just can't keep it to ourselves, we do these spoiler alert videos, a little short to let you know that the unboxing video is coming. And Ricky did a video hugging this box. If you haven't seen it, the link will be in the description below, in the comments below. Very, 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 very funny video. You got to check it out. One, you can see the box is a little beat up. Obviously, has nothing to do with AtomStack. UPS sometimes, man. I'm not dodging UPS. I used to work there a long time ago. But you can see that they have these nice around the corners so that the box gets beat up. This hard cardboard takes the beating, and they put some really thick foam.
Yeah, it's so thick.
Over the top to protect it. It is completely wrapped.
That's huge.
So that even though that box looks like somebody is field goal kicking it, it looks perfecto. So let me get this box opened up. Let me get this set on the workspace over here. All right, let's take a peek. One of the first things you're gonna notice when you shoot this out of box is that it's metal. It's solid metal, it's not plastic. The only plastic piece you're gonna see is the actual cover, and the cover itself is a very thick orange for protection of your eyes. You see this little thing protruding out the top here. What you're seeing here is a 5 megapixel camera. And this is actually very large. I'm not sure if the camera's doing it justice, but the actual cut area is 12 by 20 inside roughly. So a 12 by 20 area inside, that's actually pretty decent size. So yeah, we'll go ahead. Let's get this open. The remaining parts are all inside of here. But the one thing I want to mention about this camera is that besides being a high resolution 5 megapixel camera, is that during one of my lives on the shoptalk.live, I asked our subscribers, what is something that you purchased with your laser that you thought would be beneficial and you never used? And a couple of things came up. It was the cameras, rotaries, and the table, right? And when I asked why was the cameras one of the things that you purchased and didn't think was worth purchasing, and it's because they're always on this stand, or they're always on this bulky thing that's hanging over the laser, and it's being moved, or it's not saying, you know, the same part in the same position. It's, you know, kind of being shaken around by the movement of the laser and things like that. So the fact that this is a fixed camera on the actual cover itself, it's not moving anywhere. So the accuracy is going to be a lot better than what you'd see on the any other camera. And this AtomStack Kraft is compatible with LightBurn. So if you're a LightBurn guy like I am, or woman, you can use LightBurn. But they also have their own version of a software, AtomStack Studio. I haven't used it yet. That'll be a follow-up video. This is just an unboxing, first impression video. So let me go inside and remove that, and let's get this opened. We'll kind of do a walk around with the camera. I'll grab the camera, let you see this. I want you to see these sides here, and there's some really, really cool features I want to go over as well. So let me go to get those sides open, and we'll go over some more. You know what? Let's just lift this whole thing out. There you go. Push that over there. Whoa, careful, we're gonna knock the camera. I'm going to grab the camera really quick. I want to show how big of an opening this is. I mean, this is massive. If you can take a peek here and see these rails, just the way everything is built just looks awesome. You're gonna notice this big giant black honeycomb in here. This is the first time I've honestly seen a black honeycomb. I like the black, like murdered out look. Not that that makes a difference in performance at all, but I just like the way it looks. I think it looks cool. All right, so let's go ahead and take a moment here and get this laser head put on. Let's get this put together. For the most part, it looks like it's all the way put together, so there's not much for us to do. But let's go ahead and get this in fast mode. You'll see this fast forward through it, and we'll get it put together. And then we'll go over a few things with you. So let's get it.
Ooh, Woody's fancy. That looks fancy.
Wow. Take a peek at this. The size of this laser head is insane. Obviously, because it's a dual head, but what you're also going to notice here on the top is there's dual fans. This does also have autofocus. So and the autofocus has two different features. It has the cross, which some people like, some people don't. Or you could use the standard dot if you enable the dot within LightBurn so that it shows the dot where the laser is actually coming out. I like the dot. Some people like the cross. It doesn't make a difference. It's a preference, right? So, yeah, this is a pretty big head. Very cool. You're going to see the actual air assist on the back here. This is the only laser I've ever seen this. Now, if you've seen no laser with this, you let me know. But this is the only laser I've ever seen this. On the front of the air assist, it has a small plug here. You can actually pull out, add water to it. And on the side of this, and I'll grab the camera in a second here, once we get the head hooked up. And I'll see it all. You can plug a cord that goes from here and goes into the side for fire detection. And the air assist itself, if it detects a fire in here, will blow water through the air assist and put the fire out. So that's a pretty cool feature. Something I've never seen anybody else do.
Where does it spray the water?
Sprays it out of the hose.
Well, oh, I see it right there. But then it messes up the laser.
Yeah.
The water messes up the laser after the fire.
Yeah, but then it won't burn down your house, so.
You have to ruin the laser. You have to ruin the laser?
It might ruin the laser if it sprays a ton of water, Joe. Right.
I see where it hooks up to somewhere. I saw.
Air assist right here. I keep banging my head on this thing.
Okay. No.
And then one cable. Well, as you can see, it was not much to put this together. I literally just added the head. Gonna go ahead and put the air assist. Connect it here. Connect it to the side. We'll grab our extension cord because obviously this laser's forever home, but we're showing it to you on our bench. This is where that would be. Okay, so a couple of different features I want to say. We went over the dual head. I already showed you the size of it. I showed you the two cooling fans that are on the top, so it really helps it. The exhaust port is on the left side back corner, which is a great idea because on a lot of these metal casings, lasers, the exhaust is dead center on the back. And what the dead center on the back means is that you can't put this flush to a wall, right? So not only can you not put it flush to the wall, now you have this big giant, I have a 6-inch exhaust, that takes all these fumes out of my basement. So now I have this big giant hose that's coming down to this. So that makes it even farther out. So it makes it really big and bulky, taking a lot of a bigger footprint than it needs to be. Yeah. So the fact that this is on its side, turn it around. No, so the fact that this is on its side is just like, why didn't anyone else do that? Like, why was that such like a wow moment, So bravo, AtomStack, for just making common sense decisions that people, I will thank you time and time again, trust me, because with that being in the back, it's going to stick out 4 or 5 inches. Then you have a hose, you're talking, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe 8 inches that you're wasting on the backside of this. So if I have being flush, be able to put it to the backside of a wall, you could just put a 90 elbow and go straight up. That is like, man, that is heaven sent. That's all I can say. Super, super awesome. So, man, this thing, it just looks impressive. I tell you that if a customer came into your shop and they saw this into your shop, This will definitely look impressive. It definitely looks commercial. It doesn't look home-based business. It doesn't look DIY. Do it. DIY, right, Ricky?
DIY.
It doesn't look DIY. You know, it definitely looks professional.
And, oh,
So the one thing too is that with that camera, a lot of these times when I'm actually using my diode lasers, there's a lot involved in actually measuring, centering, setting up jigs, you know, especially because we do repetitive work over and over and over and over again. We don't really do too many one-offs. Otherwise, if we do one-offs, it's probably a high-end, fully customizable item. But a lot of our stuff, we do mass production of it. So we set up jigs and we set up things so we can set it down inside the laser, you know, and be able to make sure that it's on the money and it's exactly where we want it on the piece when we're doing our engraving. But with this camera, I think this is going to be able to really help to do that. Yeah.
how do you even use the camera?
So how you use the camera is when you open up the software, inside the software itself, it actually shows you inside. So you can drag the image and put it on top of where you want to laser engrave something.
Ooh. Can you get like see inside the laser?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we know that we have like cameras everywhere around this house.
You have a lot of security. but yeah, so the camera itself you could use to watch a laser engraving, but it's not meant so that you can watch a laser engraving. The camera is actually meant so you can take your design and put it where you want on your piece of wood or metal, whatever you're engraving, and it helps you line it up a lot easier.
All of our security cameras are everywhere from my back door, driveways.
He has good ideas, right? It's a good thing I have my wingman here. He comes up with good ideas, things I mentioned. You know, every time you do a video, you always have those, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. That's my conscience over here speaking. So let me go ahead and get my laptop. Oh, I want to grab the camera real quick and show you the side view, show you some of these ports, show you the back, just do a quick walk around. All right. You're gonna notice here on the side, you got a couple different ports. You got your looks like your air assist power, a computer. It has an HDMI for a screen, so I'm interested to see what that shows. I wonder if the screen is just a mirror image of the camera. We'll check that out and let you know that later in the video when we plug something into it. USB drive. I'm sure then you could load the file directly off the USB. It says USB key, so I'm assuming that may have to do with the AtomStack software that comes with it. An accessory, so that would be your rotary, and then your fire safe that you'd have to plug into the back of the air assist. So here is the extractor here on the back side, and then on the front, on the opposite side here in this corner, it has a button, and I'll show you, that is for the emergency. Normally you'll see like the big red emergency, boom, push you down, and then it has this little Wi-Fi antenna here, so you could wirelessly connect it to your network. All right, so let me go ahead and jump on the other side so you can do the other side. Stop being crazy. So you can see your other side, and just a quick rock around. Here's the back side.
Yes.
Nothing on the back, like I said, just pretty clean. And then let me scoot around to the front. All right, and now we have the front. We have our 3 buttons here in the front. It says laser mode selector, autofocus, and then alarm. And it has a little key here to tell you what the lights are, basically what mode do you have it in, or what lasers do you have on.
Why does it have an alarm? Anyways.
Alarm. And then here is your emergency stop. This little bitty button. And over the really huge, smaller button. And then here is your belt adjustment positions. Like I said, since it's belt driven, if it gets a little off, you can adjust it. But like I said, that's a full view around here. There she is. All right, let's get this put back on the stand and let's get it going. All right. So we got the AtomStack Kraft. I went ahead and installed into LightBurn. It is working great and installed now. A couple different things I want to actually just point out is that if you're using a camera with any type of laser, you want to go through the calibration process. Now, I've beat my head against the wall for 2 days, being completely honest and transparent, and getting this to be calibrated correctly. And I was following the LightBurn directions when it tells you put it all the way to the back, put it all the way to the front, put it all the way. I was following all the directions, and it just would not work. I couldn't get a good score. I was stuck on step 3, and I just wasn't making any progress. So I reached out to AtomStack and said, what am I doing wrong? What can I do different? And I showed them what I was, and they gave me some different directions. And guess what? I went from 2 days of frustrations to I was done within 2 minutes. And I just wish I had reached out to them immediately.
Dad?
But again, I was following LightBurn's directions. As a matter of fact, I made a short saying, why is this so difficult? And LightBurn actually made a comment and said, do I have any problems? And they were willing to help me. So thank you, LightBurn, for reaching out. Thank you, AtomStack, for getting me through that. So I will do a separate video because I know these videos tend to be quite long. And if I make them too long, I kind of lose the interest of people. So if you're struggling with this, getting this set up in LightBurn, if you're struggling getting this calibrated for the camera, in the comments below, in the descriptions, I will actually drop the links as I'm adding a library of videos to this. One of the first videos I'm going to make is calibrating the camera. And I want to say that that's the most important thing that you need to do with this laser before you even attempt to use it. And the reason I'm going to say that is because this honeycomb that's in here, let me see if I can grab it. The honeycomb that's in there, let me grab a little light, is pretty much a permanent structure that's going to be inside this, right? So since it's a permanent structure that's in there, unlike any other of my lasers, the very first thing I do when I buy a laser or I have a laser is I put a piece of wood in there and I put a grid, and I grow a grid so I know exactly where everything's dialed in at. With this one, with that honeycomb being a permanent, you cannot really put a grid on there. You can't put a grid span. So to line it up, you really kind of want to use or take advantage of that camera. So I'm really, looks like this screw came loose. So I'm actually, we'll have to put some screws in there, but the laser itself seems phenomenal, seems great. I'm going to go ahead, AtomStack did provide me with a air cleaner, so I'm going to get that laser air cleaner opened up. We talk a lot about this, so let me go ahead and jump in front of the camera, and we'll continue on. All right, so we got it here, the Fume-extractor, right? Now, if you're ever watching any of my podcasts, Shop Talk Live, we talk about this quite a bit, and everyone always asks, what's the best Fume-extractor? Should you have a Fume-extractor? What's the advantage? What's the advantage and disadvantage? I would say this. It's always an advantage to have one, but it's not an end-all, be-all. Meaning that even if you have a Fume-extractor, you should always have it externally vented. Now, if you're in a trade show, you're in an environment where you can, at least it's going through a Fume-extractor. But when I first got a laser, my wife was complaining, trust me, I wouldn't have lasted very long in the house at all if it wasn't externally vented. As you can see, we're in our basement. The first thing she said is, our house smells like a hamster cage. The smell, I love cedar, so it has a distinctive smell in the house. And you know what, if you start doing plastics and just other type of material, it's just not a good idea to have those smells, scents, those contaminants in the air that you're breathing in. So it's always good to have one of these. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. I'm excited about this. And then we are going to, this laser is going to later be installed in a permanent home. One of our lasers is currently going to get bumped. And this is going to be a permanent home. So we'll put this in line with the external exhaust that goes outside. So let's get this open without further ado, and let's see what it looks like.
Yes.
All right.
Whoa. Holy macros.
All right. First off, it has wheels. I wasn't expecting that. That's actually nice. I have a Fume-extractor on my CO2 laser because, you're going to use a plexiglass and things like that. Plastics, I should just say. So it's nice that doesn't have wheels. So that's nice that it does. Let's get her opened up. Looks like it came with some type of cotton.
I think that's for the
some type of filter.
Stay inside there.
Some type of filter. Get her opened up just so you can see what it looks inside. Oh, yeah. So what they included was looks like the first pass filter right at the top, probably because that takes the bulk of the junk out, right? So that's going to That's gonna take the big of the bulk. So we'll just set these down as we're taking them out. So we put them back down to the same order.
It's like a little slide tablet.
A real nice thick filter, and it looks like
Some piece of rubber.
there may be a few of those. Let's see.
I wish this came like the other laser, because the last laser came with like a squishy toy.
Yeah, so it looks like it has a very large filter here. And it looks like this box actually holds it in place. Yeah, so then it just has in the bottom here, just a fan.
See?
Just a fan there in the bottom. This filter is super heavy.
Can I feel it?
Look how heavy it is. Yeah.
Oh, he dodged. That's heavy.
All right, so that's in there. Set this back in here. Set our cotton up on top.
What's cotton?
Cotton.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, sound like you said cotton candy.
All right, let's go get this closed back up. Has a nice digital display on the front. So let's get her powered up and let's see what it says on the side here, where it actually blows out the fumes, right? This is why this came with it. So if you just don't want this to just blow out in the open wide, you can replace this cover here with this flange, and then you'd be able to attach it to your external, exhaust. So again, if I was in an environment like I was at a craft show, I was at an event where I did not have the ability to externally vent it, this is 100%, 1000% better than nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
But if I'm in an environment where this is something I'm going to be using on a continuous basis, then you need to set up a permanent means so that you remove this, connect this, and externally vent it out of your house, out of your place of business, wherever you're doing your work. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and get this plugged in.
Hey, plug it. I want pluggies.
I'm curious how loud this is going to sound. Oh, and the other thing is that this AtomStack laser, the air assist automatically turns on and off through LightBurn, as well as the fan. So when you're not using it, just because it's powered on, like, man, I tell you that things are actually, everything in your shop is turned on, everything is just so loud. So it's a breath of fresh air to actually hear something that, if it's actually not being used and you're getting ready to get set up with just one less thing, you're hearing sound. So let's see what's up.
That's it. And Zap plugs are worser, because you can just like plugs and a lot of that.
All right.
If something that takes a battery and this comes the dock slide off like a roof.
Switch on the back. We'll go ahead and flip that switch on the back. We'll hit power. Whoa. That is strong. Put your hand on there, Ricky. That is strong.
Ah! Right in my fingers. Okay, there. Whoa.
I would obviously let's see here. You can adjust the flow rate, lower it down, set it all the way to high. And it looks like you can even set it on timer. To be honest with you, I would just set it on. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. To be honest with you, like opening this box, I thought, okay, it's a fume extractor. It does its job. You know,
Turn back on.
I would highly suggest it. It's definitely something you should purchase. But I was not expecting by any means how strong this is going to be. Ricky keeps talking about, because he's excited, our dust collector, our dust collector, our dust collector. I have a huge dust collector that's taller than me. And that's about the only time I've ever felt something that strong. So any fume extractor that I've ever seen, I've never felt a fume extractor this strong at all. So yeah, I'm excited to actually see this, like when it's in its permanent place set up and going. So yeah, again, this is just this is an unboxing video. we're going to go ahead and get a file that's set up. If you made it this far in the video, if you haven't already, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you're ready to subscribe and hit that notification bell for you get notifications come on new videos. And hold on to the end, because I tell you what, I have a file that's going to blow and knock your socks off, right? Because remember, this is a 20 watt / 1.2 watt IR laser. This is going to be able to do things you can't do with the standard laser. You could use that 1.2 IR laser. You can use the 20 watt laser. Guess what? You can use them both at the same exact time. So
It even has a dust collector right here.
yeah, just goes to show we're very safe when it comes to fumes and toxins. So this is one of those things you shouldn't have to convince anyone to buy. I would just say that. But I would say actually after turning it on and feeling the suction, this thing is insane. Like now I'm like, you really should buy this. So anything you're seeing in this videos, we'll have links to the bottom descriptions. We are AtomStack affiliates. There's no shame in letting us know. So it won't cost you an extra dime, but if you click on the links, it'll give us a little kickback, a couple pennies in our pockets, so that, we can continue to make these type of videos. So let me go ahead and get the file set up in LightBurn. We're not going to let you, won't make you watch it in real time, but I'm just excited. You got to watch to the end, because I'm telling you, this file, you're going to be blown away. Super, super excited about this. So we'll get it set up. We'll get this set up to do exactly how we're saying, connect this directly to this. Just
We have a million stuff in here, which we don't have any room for one more day.
what he's saying is our workshop is getting full, which is good. We're able to start specializing equipment to do certain things. So for the sake of the video, we're going to connect the laser directly to the fume extractor, and I'm going to allow it to blow in the room that we say we normally don't do, because I just want to see what the smell would be. So just keep in mind that when we're doing the video, if it's a little loud, the audio is a little off, it's because things are running, right? So please bear with us. We'll try to kill it. We'll clean up the audio in Adobe, but let's go ahead and get this set up. Let's get the file set up. Let's get this connected, and we'll bring you in as the file's being created. And I think you're gonna like this. I think this is gonna be awesome. I don't see a lot of people doing this type of laser engraving. All right. We got the file working. I got a sticky note here covering up the artwork because I don't want to ruin the surprise. But I had to say, I did go ahead and hook up the fume extractor directly to the laser, as I said, and it is not externally vented from my home. It is blown directly into the room. I'm going into some 1/4 inch plywood, some verse plywood, I believe. And if anything, it's doing some really deep engravings. I don't know if you want to sneak in there, but this room should absolutely smell horribly. And it's not. I don't see any fog or smoke build up inside of this at all. And I don't smell anything. So, wow, AtomStack, bravo. Even if you don't have an AtomStack laser and you're looking for a fume extractor, buy this thing. I'm blown away. Honestly, I just thought it was going to be, a very strong fan and be able to just extract the fumes and just help it get out of your house. And then in the event of a worst case scenario, it's going to retract some, but I should smell something, and I smell absolutely nothing. I can't prove that to you on the camera, but all I can say is I always give an honest opinion. It isn't, I'm not influenced in any sort of way to say something. So, wow. If you're looking for an extractor, buy it. That's going to be really worth its weight in gold. It's not super loud. I think I have a dehumidifier and all the things running in the background. It's way louder than that, that's for sure. That's probably about the quietest piece of equipment that's going to be running in your shop. So we'll go ahead and let this run through. I'm trying to give you some sneak throughs. All we're going to say is it's an illusion, a laser engraving, and this is the type of thing that you could do with these lasers. You're going to be blown away. You're going to assume this was done with the CNC. And so you know that I didn't do it at CNC. You're seeing it actually being made. So yeah. I won't let you watch. I won't make you watch this in real time. Through the power of YouTube or the magic of YouTube, I'll come back when this is done. We're cutting this out, pull it out, and let you see that this is an illusion laser engraving that's going to look as if it's CNC'd. I can't wait for you to see this. We'll be back. This is absolutely insane. Just about done here. So should be able to finish here in a couple seconds. And just the detail is, man, I'm in love with this new illusion engravings. Be prepared for a ton of these. So those who are saving for a CNC and don't quite have one, you get, oh, look at that. She's finished. All right. Let's get this open. Move this out the way. I cannot touch that because I still have to go back and cut it out. Let me see. Man, look at that. All right, all right. And opening this now that it's been running for an hour, there's no smell in here because obviously it sucked it out. It wasn't like a big cloud of smoke just pouring out as I opened it. That is insane. All right. I got to do the last file to cut it out, and then I can actually pick it up. But I cannot touch it because I'll mess everything up. But man, this looks so insane. AtomStack with the Kraft, you snapped. The fine detail you're going to be able to do with this is insane. So let me get this cut out, put it in my hand. Put it in my hand and let you see what it looks like. We'll be right back. Take a look at that. I mean, to be honest, if you're not impressed by this, I don't think you can really be impressed by anything. This is just amazing. Laser engraved illusion by the AtomStack Kraft. AtomStack, you guys knocked it out the park with this one. This laser is phenomenal. If you're in the market for a laser, a diode laser, I would highly suggest you purchase this with the 20 watt laser, diode laser, as well as with the 1.2 watt IR laser. I would also suggest you get the package deal with the Fume-extractor. I was definitely surprised that there was zero smell in my house. Again, I can't say that how long that would last, you know, if you're using it after 1,000 hours or so. Those filters may have to be replaced, but out of box, zero smell. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.